She doesn't even go here.
I'm bi, actually.
Excuse me. Could the ugly, untalented gays please report to the principal's office?
Hi, I'm Kurt Homo, and I'll be auditioning for the role of kicker.
Hello! Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Not So Straight Nerds. I'm your host, Luke.
And I'm your host, Alicia.
And today we are recapping June 2026 Pride Month, baby.
Period.
We are going to go through the new releases that we watched, the first-time watches we've watched, and highlight some of our favorite shows that we have been watching. As always, please let us know what you are watching.
Yes.
We'd love to hear on anything we might have missed. But I think, no spoiler warning. We're not going to be talking spoilers on anything.
No.
But with that being said, I'm going to hop right into this. Are you?
Let's do it. The vibes are good. Let's get into
Heck
it.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to shout out the biggest movie of the year that I'm bummed that we missed. Leviticus,
Yes.
baby. In Pride Month. I'm so sorry.
We don't get a ton of movies here, so it was not a big surprise, but it was still obviously a letdown that we didn't get it anywhere close to here. But we went somewhere that had it, but they didn't have a lot of show times, and so that we couldn't find a time to go watch it. That is gonna be like, text me the second you see that comes out somewhere, because I'm like, that night we're gonna watch it. We're gonna rent it, watch it. Like, even if it's like $20,
Yeah.
low-key, like, I'll Venmo you $10.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna watch it the second it goes on video on demand or whatever. So,
Indeed.
anyways, yeah, I
Hey.
agree. And I've heard it's good, so I'm sad about that. There's been a few movies that we've missed this year that I'm really bummed about, like Hokum.
Hokum, yeah.
Hokum. Everyone said it was really good, from what I hear. The Invite with Olivia Wilde is already getting a lot of nominations, so I'm like itching to. I'm getting that FOMO, so I'm like, I need to see it. And that's out. Actually, I think I saw it's getting a wider release this weekend. Probably still won't get that, but anyways, we'll see. Yeah, but that has been, I would say, the biggest one. That one and Forbidden Fruits, but I did actually watch that recently.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'll rewatch it. I actually will, like, Loki. Anyways.
Duly noted. But yeah, no, I've also spent a lot of this month catching up on some of the more limited releases in my first time watch. Tragically, not a lot of them make it into my top 5, but I might shout out a couple.
Yeah.
But anyways, June releases, I have 9, you have 8, and we'll bounce this back and forth, baby. Let's do this.
Yeah.
At number 9, I have the only one you did not also watch, Little Brother on Netflix with, I believe it's Eric Andre and John Cena. And it has Ethan Hunt's wife from Mission Impossible. And she's also right in there with those two doing crazy shit. And I'm like,
No.
I'd never thought I'd see
Get
the
out of
day.
there. Oh, no.
But yep, it is very low. It is in the bottom 10 movies of this year. It's
Hate to
rough.
see it.
It's
yeah,
very rough.
I saw you log that on Letterboxd. First of all, didn't even know it existed, and then I had opened Netflix later on, and that was the first thing that popped up, and I was like, oh, that's the movie Luke hated. Sick. Good to know not to waste my time on that. There has been something on Netflix, though. I need to look up what it is, that I've been interested in, but I don't know if it's a movie or a series. But it looks really good. Let me see. Let's see what it is. Anyway,
Oh,
we can go on.
she looking. Well, but now it's your
Oh,
turn.
it's my turn. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
silly
okay.
goose.
Oh, my bad. My bottom one is also pretty bad. It's Office Romance. It has J-Lo in it. I don't know who the other guy is, but I've seen him in something else.
Yes. He's most popular from Ted Lasso. He actually voiced the twin Rams from Sheep Detectives.
That's funny.
It's a big year for him, I guess.
Yeah. I actually like some J-Lo movies. Obviously, the Selena movie is really, really good. I even liked Marry Me, and people hated on that. And I was like, okay, this is cute. Like, I vibe with it. And that song, I'm like, I eat that. It was on my playlist for a while, okay? My mom even, she watched it with me and really liked it and bought the movie. So I was like, and my mom does not watch a lot of movies. So
And that actor is
was
Brett
cute.
Goldstein.
Okay. Yes. I've seen him in other things.
Yeah, he's Hercules.
Yeah.
Yes, father. Whatever.
Anyways,
Get outta here.
it was pretty bad as far as rom-coms go. I feel like they were trying to give The Proposal, except The Proposal's good. So, that's point blank period. I don't know what else to say. I just kind of hate any kind of trope where it's like this girl is like having so much power and she's like risking it on this guy. Like, at least he was nice. I was like, okay, like, at least he's not a jerk. Like, I hate it more when they're like, you're wasting it for who? You know, at least this guy was nice and like pretty competent. He was pretty good at his job. Anyways, the boner scene was really gross and awkward, and I actually was warned about it. And then I was worried about the birthing scene. But you know what? Low-key, I'm like, was it needed in this movie? Definitely not. But other movies should do this and not shy away from it. Especially, I'm surprised more horror movies haven't delved into that, because it like the concept of a birth is like horrifying. Like, I'm shocked that more horror movies have not like wrapped that up. Because it's not disrespectful to women whatsoever to be like birthing experiences can be horrifying, because it's just true. It's just like, if anything, I feel like it would respect women more, being like, you go through that's crazy.
I mean, obviously you have a woman leading that, but yeah. No, I agree.
So it's like, I want to appreciate it, but in a rom-com, I don't think this is the setting to see full cooter. Like, that's crazy. Anyways, happy for you, Queen, I guess, for having a child.
Dude.
But, like, I don't know you like that, okay?
You need to see...
And now I do, and I'm like...
You need to see J-Lo in The Kiss of the Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and I'll say J-Lo's like probably my favorite part of this one. Yeah. Needless to say, number 8 for me is also Office Romance. Definitely still not as bad as Little Brother, mind you, but it was real rough.
Yeah.
I'll say specifically on Brett Goldstein, I have heard that he is just phenomenal in Ted Lasso, but I've watched this of him. And I watched his stand-up that was nominated for a couple of things last year. And both, I fear, give me very similar icks. And I'm like, this is making me doubt how great you could be in Ted Lasso. Because I'm not getting... It's... Whatever aura points you're earning there is not coming through in anything else you're doing.
Yeah.
It's weird. Except the Rams from Sheep Detectives. They had aura.
Yeah. Good job there. You ate there. Yeah, I agree. I think he was okay.
No. Okay.
Yeah. And then your turn. Oh no.
You're
you
number 7.
Were. Anyways, unfortunately, I am gonna be putting Supergirl here. So sorry, Queen. Now, rating wise, this might not be much higher than The Office Romance, but it is higher than The Office Romance.
Yeah.
For sure. Big step up. But still not great. We just did a video on that. It will probably be out around the time of this being out. I don't really know what order I'm going to post them in yet. But anyways, you'll see it soon if it's not already out. So go to that. See your full thoughts. I thought it was okay. Overall disappointed in it and hope they do better by her in the future. If you want to see a better version of Supergirl, go watch My Adventures with Superman.
Yes. At my number 7, I also have Supergirl. I'm curious how long our lists are going to be the same. Yeah, I love Millie Alcock as Supergirl. I love, Jason Momoa as Lobo. I think it's a bummer that this is the movie that they're both debuted in. Watch our video for more thoughts.
Yeah. This is where our list will likely differ, because I think you'll have this one higher than me, but my next one is Scary Movie. I liked it. I thought it was genuinely like the best one since the original, kind of like I thought about the recent Final Destination movie. I thought the same thing, you know. None of them are like phenomenal, but I think they're kind of a fun time and they're their own little like genre. And Yeah. I thought it was okay. It got a lot of laughs out of me. I liked, I won't spoil anything, but I liked a few key segments. We have a whole video on that, I think.
Yes.
Yes. So go watch it. I love the opening, the person in the opening.
opening's
shout
so
out.
good.
Yes, it's so good. They brought the originals back, like all the originals, which was fun. And then we watched White Chicks, which is also by the same guys, which is really funny. So, yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
My number 6, I have Maternal Instincts.
Yeah.
Which was a true crime documentary on Netflix. It is really brutal and it's really scary, actually.
It is.
And obviously, there is someone who committed a full-on atrocity. But I feel like an undervalued perspective is how terrifying the guy that she's with is and how uncaring he is with the woman living in his house. I'm like, dude, this is like, he's not committing murder, but like, this speaks to, I think, bigger cultural issues. And I feel like there's something to be said about its influence into everything that happened.
No, I agree. I think he definitely plays a part, and just kind of, I feel like this just further points out why we need to have more conversations about mental health, and not like stigmatize it and shame people and all the gross things. Like, we need to have it as a natural part of life. Like, it's just like any other, going to the doctor for whatever. I think it should be just as natural of a conversation as that, because then you get people like this who nobody wants to have a conversation about because they're scared and they want to be sensitive. But I'm like, this is why it's important to have this conversation.
It's terrifying. It's not for everyone.
No.
But I as a documentary, I thought it was put together really well.
I agree. That is my next one, my number 5. Yeah, I think this is terrifying. How someone can like do this and just like really show no remorse and even like feel like they're entitled to it is just insane to me. And how it went on so long with like really nobody really noticing or doing anything about it. How clever she was and getting away with certain things. I mean, I still think like somebody probably should have caught on by now. But yeah, I agree. I think it was well made. Maybe not the best well made documentary ever, but I think they did a solid job.
I agree. My number 5, I have Scary Movie, the 6th one. Yeah, it was fun. I agree. It's just a little under the original for me. Literally up until the end. If it had a better ending, I think it'd be right up there with it. But seeing the cast return is really fun. Frankly, we'll see if there's another one. We have a lot more thoughts on our episode, which you can go watch right now.
My number 4 is Masters of the Universe. I really enjoyed this one. Even if I found it a little bit like cheesy and goofy at times, that's kind of like the brand. I love the cast of that movie. We have a whole episode on this if you want deep
With one
thoughts.
outlier.
Yes, very true. Overall, I really like the cast of this, and I'm still hoping it gets some sort of exploration in the future, even if it's looking unlikely at this point. But you know what? People were saying similar things about Thunderbolts, and now it's coming out that there are sequels in development. So you never know. They might just not give it as big of a budget. We'll just see. Anyways, I liked it.
My number 4, I have Voicemails for Isabel, the rom-com on Netflix. Dude, I'm so happy. I think it's Nick Robinson.
Yes. He's
Is
having such a revival, and I love him.
Dude, I think he's so fun.
Yes.
Him, and I want to shout out that actress actually as well.
Zoe.
Yes, Zoe Dutch.
Yes, I always want to say Deschanel, but that's New
Yeah,
Girl. So,
I was about to do the same
anyways.
thing. I think they have such a fun chemistry.
Yeah.
I think the dynamic between them, like in the voicemails, is so cute, and that goddamn song from Robin is stuck in my head,
So good.
and I love it.
It's like people are saying, what do you mean that's not Robin's song? And I'm like, no, actually. That's such a good version.
Yeah, and especially watching this came at a really fun time because now I can't help but think of that song every time I watch Love Island.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like, I think Fast Car is another song where the cover is really, really popular, but it's not actually that person's song. I was shocked to find that out. I love that song. Anyways.
And lastly, I'll say if only it had the couple together for longer, I think this would be a huge standout in this year.
I agree. That is my number 3. I think what set it... Okay, I'll just say it like this. People are comparing this to Set It Up, which you still haven't seen, which we need to see so bad. Also has Zoe Dutch in it. It is so good. And that is like one of... That and Crazy Rich Asians are some of the best. And I would say... You, Me, and Tuscany. But I think the general public, at least, would for sure say Set It Up and Crazy Rich Asians are some of the best modern rom-coms of our time. And people were comparing this to that, and I do think that did this movie a disservice, because I still think it's good, but it's not Set It Up. It just has Zoe Dutch in it. So, I'm like, okay, guys. But I do love the revival of Nick Robinson. I think he's amazing. He's been very underrated. Is he the guy that's also in the Darkest Minds movies? Or movie? I don't even know if I got more than one.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Okay. It's another dystopian movie. I love that series. I hope that gets a revival someday. Anyways. Yeah. I think it was cute. I agree. I wish the couple was in it more. I wish it was a little bit more of a focused rom-com. I think the beginning was very interesting, but it was almost like with the beginning I was almost disappointed that it was going to turn into a rom-com. I'm like, it seemed like it was going in a different direction, and I wasn't. And I like the way they integrated it. I just wish, again, he was in it more.
The thing is, once they there's a point where they separate, like a little bit in the middle of the movie, and I wish we had split the focus more instead of it just being about her. Because losing him, for a good chunk of your movie, maybe a fifth right in the middle, I think cuts a lot out of this movie, which is a bummer because I think what she's going through is still interesting, but I'm missing him, and I like their what's happening with them individually as well.
Yeah.
His friend couple I think is so fun.
Yes.
I think they're so funny. And then what she's going through I think is really, I'm really connected to that story of overcoming grief and following your dream and so on and so forth. But I really wish we were able to explore both at the same time throughout. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
That was your number
3.
3. My number 3, I have Masters of the Universe. This was basically exactly what I thought it would be. It was really fun action, a really fun cast, funny, very, I don't know. It's just so 80s cartoon.
Yeah.
I would love to see more of this, even if it's not live action. Dude, let's get some more animation in here. She-Ra had an animated show on Netflix that did pretty good. Let's bring He-Man back. I gotta keep this in my life somehow.
I know. My number 2 is Toy Story 5. We obviously did a whole video on this. Of course, we're gonna do a Toy Story video, and I will say it's better than 4. I think people are coming around to 4 a little bit more. I see it, but I still definitely think it's a pretty big step down from 3. And this is a big step up, I would say. Not quite getting up to the level of the original trilogy, but I still think it was very solid, and I think this is a step in the better direction for sure, and I hope they keep going with this. I love that this felt like Jesse's movie. There is one particular scene which I will not spoil for you, but please go see it to see it for yourself and bring tissues. And I actually think the message of technology integration was pretty good, especially for like a big
For a company that
production
sells
company,
tablets
yeah.
and stuff for kids.
Yes, for sure. Like, people were making fun of this one parent who had bought their kids a lily pad, and they're like, dude. But also, why are you selling a lily pad? But also, of course, you're selling a lily pad. You're Disney. But yeah, I think just the movie itself was really good. Her and Buzz are always like Loki. They're like so busy. I love them as a couple. But yeah. Anyways, there's a lot to love in the movie. We have a whole video on that.
Absolutely. My number 2 is also Toy Story 5. I think this upticks, honestly, I think we ranked it in that episode that we did of Toy Story 5. It ranks into the trilogy for me. Because I would say there was a point I kind of came to in the episode where it's like, I really love these movies when it's more about toys and less about characters who are toys, if that makes sense. And I think this 4 and 1 I think are way more about characters that are toys than the idea of toys. And this one is right up there with 2 and 3 to me, with having to do with like the idea of toys and their connection to childhood. So I think it's a contender for me, and I think it's a really great step for Pixar if they are going to continue doing these sequels.
I'm sure they will.
Which they are.
Yeah.
But I think if we continue in this quality, you're going to see less complaints. And I'm just like, can we get these vibes in some original stuff?
Yeah.
Sometimes we are.
Yeah, like Hoppers was really good. So, and then both of our number ones are Disclosure Day.
Yes, ma'am.
Which we did a whole video on.
Oh my gosh, love Disclosure Day.
Love me some Spielberg.
It's really crazy to me that some people just like aggressively don't like this movie and are acting like that's like the default.
So weird.
Not me.
No,
You're allowed to you feel your feels, but
people
don't you
are
project
acting
that.
like, Spielberg had lost it a long time ago. I'm like, you guys are crazy. I was here for West Side Story, The Fablemans. I didn't see that in theaters, but I did see it recently and I really liked it. So, and then obviously I like this. As far as his modern movies go, I'm like, I think he's doing just fine.
But you didn't see the BFG.
Well, that's true. Okay, that's true. But you know what? Every director is allowed to have some misses, especially with as many movies as he has made. So I think he's doing pretty good. I mean, he has like so many iconic movies.
Oh, for sure.
I think when people are still saying all these great things about George Lucas and Star Wars, I'm like, they have some pretty bad movies. And you guys still love that brand. So let's not be hating on Spielberg for a couple of misses, okay? Okay. 'Cause
Okay.
he has a lot more better hits than some other people do. So, anyways.
Indeed. That is what we have watched. Let us know if there's anything that we have missed that we're not tracking already. Would love to catch it later. Next up, June, first time watches. We're going to do our top 5, but do you want to quickly shout out some of the other movies that didn't make your top 5?
Yes. Shout out the Emoji Movie for being so bad. I gave it 1 out of 10. That's crazy. No, I solely watched it because I know someone who really likes the end credit song, and low-key I also kind of vibed with the end credit song, so I said, you know what? I'll watch it, even though I know it's gonna be bad, and it was. But you know what? I vibed with the end credit song, so there you go.
Fair enough.
Also, shout out Pillion and Forbidden Fruits. Those were close to making my list. So were top 5. They were in my top 10. Mona Lisa Smile is a movie I watched on a plane recently. I love a good plane movie. It has Julia Roberts in it. I'm kind of wanting to do, or at least I was. Here's my dilemma. I was wanting to do a Julia Roberts watch once I'm done with my Tom Cruise one, because I love me some Julia Roberts. However, going through his movies, it was kind of like, okay, he has like, I would say, more hits than
Than
misses.
misses.
And Julia Roberts is kind of the opposite, unfortunately. There are still some I will definitely watch that I have missed. Like, I need to finally properly watch the Ocean's movies. I've seen number 8 with all the women in it, and it's really good. But I think what, funny enough, held me off so long for those was thinking that was how many there were. There is not. There is 4. And I've seen 1. So I'm like, okay, somebody should have told me that a long time ago, and I would have watched the other 3. That's not much. I thought there was like 12 or 13. So, anyways, so I don't know if I'll do a full rewatch. I was adding those, and there were so many like 2 stars, and I was like, ugh, I don't know. Anyways, I'll watch them.
Fair.
And then Minority Report was my number 6, which is Tom Cruise. So
Fair.
most of these, actually all of these, are either a Tom Cruise movie or a Spielberg movie. So there you go.
Respect.
Yeah. Do you want to go first? I don't know.
I'll do my
shout
shout-outs.
Okay.
So I watched a ton of Pixar animated. I finally watched through all of the original Sherlock Holmes movies, the Ghost Rider movies, and then official shout-outs. I'm going to say How to Make a Killing, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, White Chicks was a new one, the Happy Death Day movies, They Will Kill You, and The Count of Monte Cristo are just outside my top 5.
Where did 21 Jump Street land?
We'll get there.
Okay. I was about to say, because we watched White Chicks and 21 and 22 Jump Street, but I've seen all of those. So those
Needless
will
to
not be on
say,
my
22
list.
Jump Street is not about
No,
going to be
that's
talked
okay.
about in this top 5.
That's all right. So my number 5 is, let's see if I can say this, War of the Worlds. Yay, I did it. It's been so bad every time I've tried to say that. This was so good. This had Dakota Fanning in it. I love a good Dakota Fanning movie. Also, like, within the past couple months, watched Uptown Girls with her. I think that's what it is. Anyways, she was great in that. And she was great here. And seeing Tom Cruise as a dad, I'm like, aw, I want to see more of this. So cute. Anyways, no, this is actually pretty good. This is also a Spielberg movie and a Tom Cruise movie into one.
Damn.
They have 2. I forgot what the other one was. Anyways, this is so good as an alien movie. This is also making me think, okay, maybe I said too quickly that maybe I don't like alien movies, because clearly I do. They just have to be good.
I have a question. Now that you've watched, and I haven't seen this one yet, but I really want to. Now that you've watched this, where are you on the Scary Movie? I think it was 4 that parodies it as like the main movie.
Wait, they do?
Yeah.
No, I need to rewatch it now.
Hell yeah.
No! No. No, I'll probably look up clips of like the comparisons and see, because I was not thinking that when watching the movie.
Heard.
So, okay.
My number 5, I have Clouds, which is the Disney Plus original movie about a kid who was diagnosed with cancer and was like officially dying, and he finally had the opportunity to make an album that made such a big impact. Whew, tearjerker.
I
Wonderful
cried
cast.
so much watching that for the first time when it came out, and then me and my mom watched it when Disney Plus said they were like erasing it from the face of the earth. Obviously, clearly it's not. But at the time we thought it was. They were getting rid of a lot of things, and that was like probably the one I was shocked the most by. So we watched like that like the last day it was there, and both cried again. Oh, Loki, I'm like, yeah, maybe I won't watch it again, whether you took it from me or not.
Tearjerker.
It's, yeah.
But very impactful.
Mm-hmm. Minority Report is the other
Yes.
Spielberg movie.
I was
There we
thinking it
go.
was that one, but I didn't
Yeah.
want to say it and be wrong.
Was it good? And that one was number 6. So they're actually right next to each other. There
Oh my
you go.
gosh.
My number 4 is Ready Player One. I know this is not
Hey.
for everybody, but I knew Luke liked this one, and he hyped it up for me. And then I knew Olivia Colman was it? Not Olivia Colman. What's her name?
Olivia Cook.
Olivia Cook. The girl who plays Allison is in this. She's also in The Girlfriend. She was great in that, and she was good in this. I was like, okay.
There's no main character.
Yeah. The main character was okay. He was a little like whatever for the time.
Generic, basic.
Yeah, just
Sure.
a basic white man, whatever. Apparently he was worse in the book, so I'm like, okay, I won't read the book then. Thanks for telling me.
The visuals are just so fun.
Visuals.
In like the Shining Room.
Hmm.
Your Honor.
So good. No, I thought it was really, really good, and it's like it makes me want this to be like a video game of some sort.
It reminds me. It kind of has similar themes to Toy Story 5, which is interesting.
It reminds me of like a much more focused, action-based. What is it with Ryan Reynolds? Free Guy?
Free Guy.
Yes.
Oh, they're very.
They're very like aesthetically similar.
Yeah.
But obviously this one is, different, way different vibes.
Yeah.
Comedy versus like actually action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My number 4, I think this is my favorite Sherlock Holmes movie of the original cast, and that is House of Fear.
Mm-hmm.
This one was very fun. I found that those movies were like split between half of them were like actual murder mysteries, and the other half were like, oh no, a criminal stole something and we need to get it back. And there was like, and the murder mysteries were hit way harder for me, with few exceptions. But this one was really cool. It's basically this house where a bunch of unmarried rich guys all decided to move into like this like super far away village and like hermiting together, and then they start getting letters and like are starting to get murdered one by one, and the whole thing is like they all, because they don't have family and they're not married, all of their riches are set to go to everyone else in the club. So they're like, so who be trying to get this money? And it was
Get that bread.
get him dead, get that bread.
Yes.
And yeah, that was the most fun mystery I think that they had of the Sherlock Holmes movies.
Okay, period. This will be a fun conversation when we review Enola Holmes. Enola Holmes. Anyways.
There's still like a good handful of the Sherlock Holmes movies outside of that I haven't seen,
Yeah.
but no, we'll circle back for sure.
Sure. My number 3 is The Fablemans. Again, I feel like this is one where at the time I remember like word of mouth was mixed, but in hindsight, like all the reviews of the people I follow were really high. So it was like, okay. But I'm glad I eventually got around to this one. I'm bummed that I didn't see it in theaters. Because I feel like this would have elevated it even more, but obviously it was still pretty high anyways. I loved this. The only part that was like slightly weak for me was when they got to high school. I felt like it was a little disjointed, because I was loving the just like creation and passion for film and making like movies, and then it felt like it switched gears to more like personal life, which is, it ended up having great payoff, but I think at first it threw me off because it was just such a shift. But like I said, it got there, it had a great payoff, and it came together really, really well. And even though he's better than me, I feel like he still forgave the right person of the scenario in which everything was happening. I'm like, it wasn't even forgave, it was just like inspiring. I actually think that was very sweet. Again, he's better than me. That's crazy. But you know what? Good for you. And I hope it worked for that guy. And then the scene, I won't say too much, but it has been out for a while. But in the ending, he meets someone that's really inspirational to him. And it's really funny how it goes. I'm like, low-key, that's me. If I ever like met Zendaya or anybody, she could like spit in my face and I'd be like, oh my God, Zendaya. We already had this conversation. But there are like probably quite a few celebrities, however sad this is, that I'd be like, I love you, no matter how they treated me. I'd be like, okay. They'd be like, don't bother me. I'd be like, okay. Oh my god. Ugh, it's just the star power.
Indeed. At number 3 for me, I have 21 Jump Street. Dude, that first one is crazy. The cast is so fun. Hold on, let me make sure. He's in Hoppers. He's in the Now You See Me movies. Eyebrows.
Oh, Dave Franco.
Dave Franco,
Yes.
dude, he's so funny in everything. Yeah, this movie's hilarious. Great buddy cops.
I love all the comments that Ice Cube should have gotten an Oscar nomination. I'm like, anyways, no, he was hilarious in this movie. Yeah, I think this is one of those that's like, Channing Tatum can be hilarious when given the right opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
I agree.
it's like the people who really liked Gambit. I'm like, he hit it here. He did not hit it there. Because it's just not Gambit.
Well, the
But
thing
anyways,
is, he hits it there because it's weird. And it's a Deadpool movie where not everything needs to be serious.
yeah.
That does not work in a serious movie.
I don't know.
Anyways,
We'll
he's great
see.
here.
Mhm.
Jonah
Jonah Hill.
Hill is great here.
He's always been very funny. He's
He had a
funny.
movie. He had a movie this year that wasn't good, but what
Oh.
you gonna do? And he directed it, so it's like,
anyways.
double down.
No, he was funny in The Hangover. Yeah, I don't know much about him as a person, but at least those 2 movies he was funny in. I don't really know much other than that, but anyways.
Yeah. I see why it's a comedy classic.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, you're number 2.
My number 2 is Magnolia, which is another Paul Thomas Anderson film, and it has Tom Cruise in it, which is why I watched it. This was so good. Tom Cruise, when his character was introduced, I had seen clips of him, but he looks so greasy in this movie, and like in a bad way, like you need to wash your hair. But it works because his character is very, very like misogynistic. Like he's giving like Andrew Tate kind of. However, with what they're doing with that in this movie, I think it works. Like it never gets to a point where it is like offensive. Like it's very purposeful. Like we're supposed to know that he sucks, but there's background to him and there's connection to him in this story that I think is actually pretty heartbreaking. They just do such a masterful job at having so many different stories and bringing them all together in an interesting way. They have such a great cast in this movie. What's his name from the Hunger Games? He plays Plutarch, and his son, it's like Cooper Hoffman, but the dad.
Seymour Hoffman?
I feel like he has multiple names. Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Sure.
I have no idea. I'll look it up.
I think
Anyways.
that does sound right.
Yes, it's Philip Seymour Hoffman. Okay, period. Anyways, he was great in this movie. It's just a great cast in this movie. And yeah. Shout out Paul Thomas Anderson. I wish I had watched this and Phantom Thread before One Battle After Another, because I would have known your game a little better. I think I had only watched Licorice Pizza before One Battle After Another, so I was like, okay, but I would have known his game a little bit better if I had seen these 2 before that, because those are both really good. Yeah.
Next up, I have Pillion. Oh my gosh, I had heard really great things about this movie, and then I went in and it basically all landed for me. Knowing where the movie goes, the first like 20 minutes is so funny, because he comes in and like, dude, I talk a little bit more about this in our 2026 halfway recap. But when dude reveals that he's in a string quartet and you just know that he's going to be the sub in a sub-dom relationship, I'm like, dude, you're in for a ride.
Your world's about to change like crazy.
But I think two amazing performances here from
Yes.
Harry Melling and Alexander Skarsgård. So incredible. It
Yeah.
explores a very, very interesting relationship dynamic. They explore how that can be perceived from the inside and the outside, and the importance of setting boundaries in any relationship, but certainly this one. It's very interesting. Like I said before, it's a very different perspective to queer relationships, and I think it's very important to continue to explore different stuff like this. So I absolutely adored this movie, and I think the directing, writing, everything, it'd be hitting for me, dude.
It was really well done, for sure. My number one is Saving Private Ryan. This was a Spielberg movie with Tom Hanks and another big name that if you don't know who it is, I won't spoil it for you. But it's very fun. They actually have a few familiar faces here. I'll just shout out Tom Hanks to be safe. Even though it's been out a while, go see it. It is one of the best war movies I've ever seen. It's hard because they're all very important, but they can get kind of repetitive sometimes. And so I appreciate when they do something really, really well, and tell a good perspective or in a unique and artistic way. Like, I still think of Warfares, like, the sound in that movie is insane. The cast is insane. Like, I feel like that just made it very unique. Here, I just feel like the emotion kind of right off the bat hits you. Everyone talks about, like, the first 20 minutes, and they should. It's more like the first 30, which I think is even better. Like, it just kind of, you can't move. Like, you're just struck by what's happening on screen. They start with this, like, big, this is the only thing I'm going to say. So they start with, like, a big, like, D-Day scene that's, like, the first 30 minutes that kind of immediately establishes Tom Hanks' role and emotion in this, and just puts them into a perspective to then where they finally think the war's over, but this one mother has lost all but one of her sons, Ryan, and they don't want her to lose another, but to their information, he is captured, and so they send a small group to go get him back so their mother doesn't have to lose all of her sons. And I just think, like, that alone is so emotional. And they have this conversation, they have really good nuanced conversations. Yes, of course, that is a very important piece to spare the mother more pain, but also, is it worth, like, risking our lives? Like, they have really good conversations about that, and I think it's really well done. And Tom Hanks is that guy. Like, he's very good in several
He's
several
America's
movies.
sweetheart. You are not Tom Hanks.
No, that's so funny. That's so real, though. Anyways, yeah. This is really, really well done. I can't believe it took me this long to watch it. So good.
Okay, mine number one, my favorite first time watch, and actually I keep a list of my first time watches, and this is my 7 favorite first time watch.
Like ever,
and I
or
did
this year?
of this year.
Okay.
Ever.
I don't know.
No. I did not think I was gonna love this movie as much as I did. It's Steve Jobs, but if I had clocked that it was directed by Danny Boyle, I maybe would have had more of an inclination.
Yeah.
Dude, it basically explores 3 different huge launches that Steve Jobs does to, like, announce a huge product that changes the world.
Yeah.
But it really explores the dynamic between him and his daughter that he's saying is not his daughter. And you see that relationship change throughout the different times. You see him dealing with very different, like, career placements. Because it, like, starts with him unveiling a new type of computer, and it ends, like, right before he announces, like, I believe it's the iPhone. And, like, it is an amazing performance from Michael Fassbender. I think it is probably I think it's his best performance.
Mm-hmm.
Kate Winslet also has an amazing freaking performance in
I
it.
love her.
Seth Rogen's incredible. The cast is amazing. It has Sarah Snook in it as such a small supporting character, but she still eats that little role up.
Mhm.
Such a fun little thing to see.
Sure.
It's just so good. It makes me feel all the emotions. He plays such a conniving character and someone who is so like above everyone else, but you see like him still trying to connect with the people around him, even if they also recognize that he's like just kind of built different. I think it is just a fascinating movie, and it's up there for me. Danny Boyle, you also built different.
Period.
Yeah, so some really fun first time watches for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, next up, we're going to rank our top 5 shows that we've watched from this month. Any shout outs you want to give?
Just quick thoughts. Every year after, I hope the second season is better. It did officially get greenlit for the second season, which is going to cover Charlie and his love story. Everyone says that one's really good, but they also said this book was good. So I'm like, I'm gonna read it before the second season. I pretty much decided like if it gets greenlit, I'll read it. But I'm going in with reservations. I'm open to a good like redemption arc, because he's an asshole. But I could see it. I could see the seeds there of actually really liking him. Because you know what? Zuko is like one of my favorite fictional characters of all time, and he starts annoying and an asshole. So, and he gets to
In with an ugly haircut.
yeah, he's got nothing for him. So, we shall see. Everything else I think was just pretty bad. We actually were gonna do a video on this and then didn't. So because we both were like, we don't want to, anyways. So glad other people like this show. Euphoria, we did a whole video on that. The Burrows, with Alfred Molina. I love me some Alfred Molina, so shout out. I will say this was solid. I think even better. I gave it a 7 out of 10. So some really good shows this month. I'm sad it's not getting a second season, but not surprised. Yeah. But I still think it would be worth a watch. It's not one that's like ending on oh my god, a cliffhanger. I think it's solid for one season. I could have seen it without a second. But obviously since they wanted it, I am sad for them for not getting it, but it is Netflix, so I'm not that surprised. Speaking of Netflix, we have actually 3 more here. Heartbreak High season 3. I actually think it was a really good finish for that show. This is the end as far as we are aware. And I think this is a very, very unique kind of Gen Z show. It reminds me kind of like Sex Education. I feel like I mix them up sometimes, actually. Or maybe Never Have I Ever as well. But those are 3, like, I would say are in similar veins, but still have their own unique things going for them. So, but some talented young actors there that I would like to see again from all 3 of those. So. And then finally, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder season 2. You almost made it. And this was a big improvement from season 1. And I just read the 3rd book, and it makes me so excited for season 3. However short it is, the author is attached, and she believes in it, and therefore I have more confidence in it. So it'll be a quick watch, but hopefully a good one.
Purr. And I think you shouted out everything I would have shouted out. Although, actually, I'm going to just say we are watching Love Island USA Season 8, and that's really fun, but it's not my top 5.
Yeah. My official number 5 is Interview with the Vampire Season 2. This is actually kind of low, but it's really good. I will say, I feel like until we get to the trial, there can be some pretty like slow parts, and the trial's pretty late actually.
I know you were saying most of season 2's the trial, and it's like
I
one
thought
episode at the
so.
very end.
Well, unfortunately, I think that meant that was the most memorable part for me. It's so this like the Born War we went on and it wasn't the trial. I was like, oh no. Yeah, I still think it has some really good parts and it's still solid overall. I really like the entire flashback with Daniel and how all of them were involved and how traumatizing that entire time was for them. It makes their entire like falling outs make a lot more sense. Claudia, I love Claudia. Her new actress does such a solid job. Like, I think she came out at the perfect time where she kind of needed to feel like a new character anyways, and so I think it's kind of perfect to have to recast her.
And she plays that like stern,
well.
bitter, like hardened so amazingly.
So well. She's so talented. I hope she gets more work in the future for sure. And I think the only bad part of this season is that Lestat is not in this a lot, and I love Lestat, even though obviously he is a very toxic character. He's very interesting, and you know, Louis, you're not perfect either. So, anyways, but I also do love you. Like I love them. I love like the core three. And the other guys there. Anyways, I even love Daniel. He's so messy.
He's so messy.
No, but like he's messy in mostly like really good ways to the right people and the right circumstances too, so it's okay. But like those last 2 episodes are masterpieces. Like genuinely the scene, I guess it's been out a while, but still spoilers. If you haven't read the book or haven't seen the 2nd season yet, they have a reuniting between our 2 main actual love interests, and it is one of the most beautiful scenes in television, movie, anything. Like one of the most ever. Like it's so beautiful. So props to everyone who was involved in that scene, not just our amazing actors, but everyone. It's so good. Anyways. So I'm excited. We are going to eventually see the Lestat show when it's all out, and we could do a little free trial over AMC. Anyways, yeah.
Indeed. Crazy. So at my number 5, I'm going to say A Good Girl's Guide to Murder Season 2. Yes, big improvement from Season 1. The mystery is a little bit slow to really, I think, find its footing. And I think it is it's purposeful, but I think it does have a weird vibe kind of hanging over it that so much of this season has to do with justice for something so incredibly serious, outside of a interesting murder mystery.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It kind of balances a weird angle of focus, but the mystery, once it gets rolling, is so great. I think our main cast is really good. And you know what? I was kind of hopping around on this mystery, and I got it like right at the very end. And I was like, heck yeah.
Period. No, I will say for those worried about it, about where that one sensitive storyline is going to go, I wouldn't worry about it. I think the book number 3 wraps it up really, really well. And it is kind of, I think, done really well where that character is ultimately like the villain of the 3 books and therefore will be the 3 series. And let's just say it'll be okay. Pip will get his ass. I'm not gonna say how, but it's okay.
Get him, Pip.
Yes.
Hit him again.
Believe in
Hit him
Pip,
for me.
okay? And you know what? Believe in a lot of those main characters. They're real ones.
Indeed.
For sure, they're real ones of the 3rd book. I'm like, wow. It would be like, I can't wait for you to know what happens so we could talk about it as a friend group. Anyways. Okay. My number 4 is The Bear season 4. This is one it took me forever to watch. I actually really liked this upon watching it. Actually so sad that nobody's talking about this, and even less so for season 5 that's out right now. I haven't seen season 5 yet, but I actually really liked season 4. It made me kind of want to rewatch the other seasons, but my only hesitancy is that I'm not a big fan of Claire.
Claire Bear.
Anyways, oh, she's boring as fuck. Anyways, sorry. She's sweet. But anyways, she's boring. And everyone yells at each other and it's stressful. So it's either like boring or really stressful. It's really good. I like the first 3 seasons, but like
The first 3?
well, okay. The first 2, maybe. Yeah. Okay, there we go. And then 3 happens, and then 4 is really good, and everyone's saying 5's really good, so fingers crossed.
I was very late to season 4 as well. Not this late, but no, I was very happy to see them kind of circle up. They locked in for season 4.
They did.
I will say the way season 4 ends, until you told me that all of season 5 supposedly happens in one day, I was a little worried. But
Yeah.
that's great. That's a crazy pitch.
Yeah.
That's it's almost giving The Pit, but in the restaurant.
Yes, which I kind of love. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Yeah. What's
Love
your
it.
number 4?
My number 4, I'm going to say, finally, the Amazing Digital Circus has ended its 1 season. This was in a YouTube series. Netflix eventually picked it up. And they just released their last episode in kind of a big theater release as a Fathom event. And that was so fun to go to in person.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh, what a fun show. I love these internet shows. They take a while to release their episodes, but it's because they're pretty independently made.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I think you can just like feel all of the love and passion poured into these kind of projects.
Mm-hmm.
It comes out. I think it's funny that it's ending at a time when like Backrooms is really starting to have a resurgence, because it has a very similar vibe. Like Backrooms and us playing Danganronpa right now is like crazy correlation, because it's kind of like those two aesthetics rolled into one. And it ends on a very emotional note, a twist that I did not see coming, which frankly I should have. And frankly, in our Pride Month, it's delivering. And I love that. So, fun time. Love the characters. I think it's sad that it's only 1 season, but I'm fine where we leave off. Also, Kane might be my spirit animal, but whatever.
Period. My number 3 is Spider Noir. I've mentioned this a few times, and we'll probably bring it up again in Spider-Man Brand New Day. I don't know, maybe not.
We need to watch. Okay, me and Cole need to watch Spider Noir before Spider-Man.
Yes. Okay.
I gotta speak that out.
Yes. So I really liked this show. I would recommend. I mean, do what you want. Some people have been watching this all the way in color and then all the way in black and white. The way I did it was the way a lot of people recommended on Twitter, which was like I think the first 3 episodes in color, then like 4, 5, 6 in black and white, and the last 2 in color again, I believe. I don't know. Look it up because I really liked that order.
Okay.
Maybe it was.
I think it was reversed.
Yes, it was reversed. You're right. Because the first few episodes are like a detective mystery thing, and that's perfect in the black and white. It probably reminds me of what would be like Sherlock Holmes. I don't know if they were in black and white,
Yes.
but okay. And then it gets a little bit more like modern vibes, which is perfect for the color, and then wrapping it up in the big dramatic like conclusion of it all was fun in black and white. But you can switch at any time. Like you can go down like, and it'll give you the option to switch, and it'll keep you at your same time.
That's
So yeah, you can do it at any time. And apparently they filmed a lot of it like twice, so they could properly do it in black and white and in color instead of just slapping a filter over it. So I appreciated that they put a lot more thought and effort into that. And not a lot of TV shows need or would do that, and I think it works really well here. I actually think it would be fun if maybe like it Welcome to Derry did something like that. I feel like there are vibes that could work.
Well, it did have that black and white opening that one time, which was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, so I think something like that. There are some shows that could have a good time with that. So
Alright.
Yeah.
My number 3. Yes, I have My Adventures with Superman season 3 so far. This won't be on yours because you don't put shows you haven't finished. I put them as we're watching. But yes, I love this show. I think it reinvigorates these characters so well. It
good.
is so fun.
Yeah.
Kara's having a really fun season this time. They introduce us to Bizarro. Cyborg Superman. Giganta was just in this last episode, and I loved that baddie. Ugh, it's just so fun. But also, there's a lot of emotion that I think carries across still.
Mhm.
Ugh, it looks like they're setting up My Adventures with Green Lantern, which I'm pretty excited to see that take place. I'd love to see this world specifically kind of grow out.
Yeah.
Ugh, it is just a lot of fun so far.
I hope we're able to have room in our schedule to do a video on this for sure because I would love to.
Indeed.
For sure. My number 2 is The Four Seasons season 2. So good. We rewatched the first one. No, did we?
We did not.
We did not. It's because it only came out last year,
Yes.
so it's actually a pretty quick turnaround, especially for Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out season 2. They have some of the most fun friendship dynamics, like ever. It's so like friends, like new girl, like just it's very unique in their own way, but they're like another very iconic, fun, entertaining friend group to watch. I've never watched Sex and the City, but I feel like probably that too. I've wanted to get into that, but everyone says Carrie's really annoying, and I hate when the main character's annoying. That's why I can't watch Gilmore Girls, because they're so annoying. Anyways, so sorry. But this is great, and I feel like a character that I was worried in the first episode would be really aggravating was not. And I'm like, this is going in actually a very fun direction. And I love that for them.
Indeed.
Yeah.
My number 2 is also The Four Seasons season
Yay.
2. What a fun little cast. I will say this one I thought was a good improvement on season 1. Coleman Domingo, Tina Fey, and I don't know his name, the actor's name, but Coleman Domingo's character's husband.
Oops. It's okay. Keep going. It's gonna take me a minute.
They're just so fun. I was interested to see if they kept Ginny or Cloud.
Is Marco Cavani.
Yes, because he was also in Yumi and Tuscany. And he
Oh,
was very
and
good.
then another girl in this, Erica Henningsen. She, I believe, voices Charlie in Hazbin Hotel.
Yeah,
so
because she was
shout
in Mean Girls
out.
on Broadway.
She's so
Baddie.
cool.
No, I was so glad that they found a way to keep Ginny here.
Mhm.
And they kept her right in the meat of things, which
Mhm.
was very fun. Seeing this. Another thing I think I like about season 2 over season 1 is I think they found arcs that carried into each of the 4 sections really interestingly. So it was like the same arc, but just in different chapters, which was super cool.
No, Claude, I made sure to get his name right, Danny. First of all, they're so, like, I love them. Even when they fight, I'm like, y'all are so cute. It's just frustrating to see y'all fight, because a lot of times it's, like, really frustrating communication, especially for their age. It's like, come on, guys. However, I really, really liked the storyline of, are they gonna move? Are they not gonna move? Like, how are they handling that? Who's sacrificing? Who's already sacrificed? Like, what is happening there? And it's just so beautiful how that all played out. Because honestly, there were a couple moments where I was like, is this gonna like break them? Like, I'm scared, but it didn't. And I just love the way they handled that, writing wise, and also just like the character wise, acting wise, everything was really well done.
I mean, they go through that, and then they also go through like having a kid and that conversation.
Mhm.
Like they be going through it
Yeah.
but they be getting through it.
Yeah, like their arguments, like they have miscommunication moments, but their arguments are over very big and important things, and I appreciate that. At least they're not over like petty things usually, or if it does it, those don't last as long. It's the big conversations. So I do appreciate that, and the other couples have plenty of problems too. So
Yeah.
they're still doing great. They're still going. I would say the strongest for sure. So yeah, I agree. And then my number one is the oh my god, the Legend of Vox Machina season 3. Had to take a pause because it was just so good. No, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. This like has solidified this in what is probably my top 10 shows of all time.
Oh gosh.
So good. This season is like, as someone who loves fantasy, everything I could want and more in a fantasy. It has a good amount of romance but doesn't overtake everything. It has really, really sad moments. Be ready. Apparently season 4 also does, but I haven't seen specifics and I'm scared. Anyways. Oh wait, maybe I have. I think I have. Anyways. They're just also, they explore Scanlan a lot more this season too, and his daughter, and it actually is so sweet and interesting. I'm sorry, I don't know if you knew he had a daughter. That was in season 2, and I forget that you haven't finished season 2. Anyways, sorry, my bad. Pike has a very fun moment. They all get some fun power-ups that are shown really well here. Vex is like with wings. I didn't think you could get hotter, and then you get wings, and I'm like, ugh. Sorry, I'm also spoiling that. Sorry. Finish season 2, okay? I don't know where you're at in season 2, so I don't know what to say. Anyways. Percy is as fun as ever. I love him. He's my favorite character. Him or Keyleth. I love Keyleth. Anyways. And they have some fun bad guys here. This feels like such an epic climax that it's like, I'm honestly like, where does season 4 go from here? It's very like interesting where they leave off. So we shall see. I haven't even started season 4 yet, so see. I'm so sorry for spoiling things. I'm sorry.
No, right now in the middle of season 2, we're seeing them go get ability weapons and abilities from other places, which is really fun.
Oh, okay. So I had heard you mention the power-ups, so I thought that you knew what they were. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mention anybody else. It's okay. Only one person is fine.
And then my number 1, I have Interview with the Vampire season 2. Dude, these 2 seasons are so strong.
Okay.
I think Emmys, what the hell are you doing? This is that show.
No, it's only. I feel like it's only because it's on AMC Plus. Like, I wish someone like Netflix would pick this up, solely because they would get more attention that way, because this is such, like, a criminally underrated show.
I just don't get what AMC is doing in streaming in the first place. Like, guys, I need you to just, like, fold into another one, and I'm typically not for that, but, like, you're a movie theater. You do movies. Focus on that. Make that more accessible and wider. Why are we on streaming? You're like a D-level streaming.
No, it's like Netflix trying to create theaters. Okay, you're like the biggest haters of theaters, so shut up.
Yeah, pick a lane.
Yeah, pick a lane. Anyways.
But no, the show is so good. I love Louis. I love Claudia. I love Lestat is so interesting. You know what? I love
crazy.
Lestat, even if him and Louis are like never healthy. They're just everything.
They're just a little crazy.
The trial was everything. The vampires in Europe were so interesting. And then Armand was there doing what an Armand would do.
There. I remember I was hating on him from like the first episode of season 1. I was like, ugh. And y'all were probably like, and I was like, anyways.
Now, it's crazy to watch this after having watched the movie. And it's just like, oh yeah, Armand was a character there. Dude, that movie is like kind of embarrassing after having watched the show. It's-
Like Tom Cruise, I'm so like I'm glad you were in that. That was very fun. But like, no, it's nothing compared to the TV show.
yeah.
Those
But-
I think both of those actors deserve such recognition. But I mean, I understand and totally agree with Jacob Anderson being pushed for that, especially for season 2. I'll be interested to see if Lestat is pushed for this one since it's mostly about him. But probably not. So, anyway.
Oh, but I love it. I love me some Interview with a Vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that is going to wrap up that.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have on here? Box office prediction standings.
Oh, God.
Let me pull the list. So,
Last time you said we were tied, but we've probably had a couple since then. At least, so I'm interested to see what happens. That's crazy that we were tied.
So, I do have it through. No, okay. So right now it's updated through Scary Movie. So starting on the bottom, and I'm just gonna say who won. Starting with Reminders of Him went to me.
So
And I'll
long
say the
ago.
difference with a 2.5 million difference. Hoppers went to me with a 27 million difference. Ready or Not 2 went to you with a 2 million difference. Project Hail Mary went to me with a 211 million difference, but yours was higher. Super Mario Galaxy, it went to you with a almost $500 million difference. We thought it would go a lot deeper past $1 billion.
Dang.
Yumi and Tuscany went to you, only 1.6 million difference. The Drama went to me with a 1 million difference. Crazy. Michael went to me with an 89 million difference. Although that's okay. The Devil Wears Prada, that went to you with a 24 million difference. Obsession also went to you because you went higher. So you were at 141 million difference. Mandalorian and Grogu went to me, 34 million difference. Backrooms went to you, 67 million difference. Masters of the Universe is at you with an 8.5 million difference so far. That's still moving a little.
Mm-hmm.
And then Scary Movie is currently closest to me with a 74 million difference.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for you. A straight down tie.
Cool.
So we will continue to update that, and we will probably check that again towards the closer to the end of the year. I don't know. We'll look at it.
Yeah. I think last but not least, because we've done our draft standings lately, so I feel like we could just
Surely.
maybe do some July releases. Tomorrow, Enola Holmes comes out, and also this weekend, Minions and Monsters comes out, and Young Washington, which I've recently been seeing a little bit about, just like posters and pre-sales and stuff like that. I don't really know anything else.
Sure.
I really thought the main guy was Kaz from Shadow and Bone. It was not. I'm like, oh no, it wasn't. It's okay. Then the following weekend we have Moana. We'll see how that is. Evil Dead Burn. I didn't know it was honestly I didn't know that it was out early. For some reason I thought it was coming out in August.
Interesting.
That one is I don't think I'm gonna watch it, but we might still do a video on. It will just be way more like you lead that conversation of the franchise.
Okay.
If you want, I don't know. We'll talk about it. And then the Odyssey comes out the following weekend, and so does Heartstopper. I'm so excited for both. That's gonna be hopefully a really good week or weekend. Then late July we have something called The Dink. I don't even know. It's a sports comedy focusing on the sport of pickleball. It's
Fascinating.
Starring Ben Stiller and Jake Johnson. Two really funny people. So you know what? Okay. It'll probably be pretty funny.
Why not?
And I hope they make a lot of pickleball jokes about how that's like so like the thing nowadays. Even more than tennis is like crazy. And then finally we wrap up the month with Spider-Man Brand New Day.
This little
You
indie
see,
film.
This little indie film, I don't know if you've heard of it. You know, a little unknown character in Marvel.
I think this
Spider-Man.
year, like this month, is really. I think this is gonna be a staple.
I think this is gonna be a really good month. Not only for box office, but which is already really good this year compared to the last several years. But I'm like so excited for what Brand New Day does in comparison to No Way Home, because obviously you don't have the like nostalgia pull. But also Spider-Man himself is just such a huge character, and you have China back in the game this time, and they bring a lot of money to the table. So, yeah, it'll be interesting.
You
But
know-
this is also a new director. Seems like things are going better than they have. But I guess we don't know until the scores start coming out and we see it for ourselves. So, needless to say, we'll definitely be doing a video on Minions, Moana, Odyssey, and Spider-Man Brand New Day at
Yes.
least. So, we've got some shows we're hoping in there. Heartstopper, of course. So, fun stuff coming. And we still got our Love Island episodes if you watch that.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff.
Plenty for us to yap about. So stay tuned. There's many, many more episodes to come.
Yes.
But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Please let us know your thoughts on June in the comments. We'd love to read that. And until next time, I'm your host, Luke.
And I'm your host, Alicia.
And thank you so much for watching Not So Straight Nerds.
Bye.
Bye-bye.